All right, LeRon, you're up. What kind of predictions do you have? Anything crazy, like Flight Simulator coming to Game Pass?
Unlike Logan here, I did not bring an entire Bible of predictions for the show, and the 5 predictions I do have are kind of safe. One of them is a little off the wall, but just bear with me here. All right, my first one. Nintendo finally pulls the trigger and announces the next version of the Switch. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is they need to plug every single freaking leak that's been happening right now. We're getting to the point now where it looks like the Switch, if the new Switch, if it comes out for the United States, is going to be priced somewhere around $389. So sounds like we're going to have a $400 system on our hands here, which is going to be the most high dollar amount Nintendo system that we've seen to date. I'm willing to believe that because of one simple thing, and thanks to Dan and David over at Pal Block for helping me wrap my brain around this. You already have the Nintendo Switch Lite, which is $200. You have the regular Nintendo Switch, which is $300. They can't price drop the Nintendo Switch to
the rumor is they're phasing out the
so they're just going to
current
completely
model.
get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just going to completely get rid of it. But still, that means that you'll. Okay, so what do they price the Nintendo Switch? I'm going to call it
$299, right?
The rumor is it's just going to replace this current model and still be $299 to compete with the Series S.
Okay, so all right, so here's the question then. So you're going to have 2 different models of the Switch out, and what's going to happen is they're both going to be on the shelves, and no one's ever going to buy the older one.
Well, the thing is people, they're going to pull the whatever inventory they have and use what parts they can use on they're just going to pull inventory.
So basically just the Joy-Cons.
Yeah. No, well,
because they're not going to be able to use the dock.
No. Well, they don't sell the extra docks got discontinued a long time ago.
Well, yeah, the
extra 2 years ago. I have 3, by the way, if anybody needs one.
What? You sit on 3 docks?
Yeah, I got one in my office, one in my bedroom, and one in the living room.
And I've been having problems playing Monster Hunter on my.
I know, it makes me laugh every time.
Okay, so you really don't need me Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this next week, do you? Okay, all jokes aside. Okay, so basically, the all the leaks are saying that it's gonna have a price point around $380 something. I'm just gonna assume they're just gonna make it $399.99 to avoid any type of wild confusion about the pricing and stuff like that. But if you guys are saying that it's gonna be $299 and basically they're just gonna repo all the existing Switches. Well, that's logical.
I think $400 is a fine price point for that, but if they're replacing the current model, you don't want to put out a model that's, $100 more if you're replacing the current model. That's my only theory. Is
what was the pricing scheme when they went from the 3DS to the new 3DS?
The new 3DS XL was $150.
That can't be right.
I bought it the first day. It was $150. The
XL?
Well, the last model that they put out was the new 2DS XL, and it was $149.99. The 3DS XL was, I think it was $179.99 when it came out.
Okay.
So.
And that was what? How much more compared to the original?
The original 3DS when it came out was $250.
What?
Yeah. When the 3DS first launched, it was $250, and that's why they had the ambassador program where if you bought it at that price point, you got all these free games and whatever, and then they dropped the price to $170, I want to say.
Okay, because I didn't get it. I didn't get the new 3DS at launch. I didn't get the new 3DS until the Monster Hunter 4 edition of the 3DS came out. Mm-hmm. So I got the nice little bundle for $200.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like my 2DS XL. It's nice. It matches my Switch and the Switch Joy-Cons actually. So, but man, I gotta tell you though, LeRon, I need this new Switch Pro thing. Not necessarily because I care about a 4K. I mean, a 4K Zelda would be great, but My Switch is so broken inside because I bought it on launch day. It's a launch console. It's dying, dude. It's like it's chugging along.
And your daughter's played all sorts of like wiffle.
Oh, she chucked it, dude. She chucked it across the room, and my casing has a small crack on top, and I'm really sad. But yeah, man, I need that new Switch. I've been holding out for so long.
It's really going to be a test for me to see like how soon it takes me to jump on it, because in all honesty, well, here's the thing about it. Like I think Nintendo did this to me on purpose. You just heard me complaining that my dock has been acting up and stuff. Sometimes it does what it wants to do, and sometimes it's like, why is everything at 480p on my 4K television and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a test of wills and patience to see how long it's going to take for me to like pull the trigger and buy this new Switch. Even though like I need to know more specs about the system, because like if it's on the new Tegra chip, is it going to be supporting DLSS? Is it going to be?
That's the rumor. Is it's going to have DLSS. It's going to be on the Tegra X2. It's going to be a customized version of the Tegra X2, and the screen is going to be an OLED with no bezel. Which I was actually measuring the current Switch right now, and I wasn't measuring it now, but I mean, just looking at it right now, the screen that they're saying it's the size actually fits on this size of a Switch, which we were talking about. There's so many Joy-Cons out there that they're gonna want to keep those going.
Yeah.
And
you have to.
I think the Switch I think the unit itself is going to be the same exact size. You're just going to have better insides.
Yeah,
I think they're going to have better audio. Yeah, better audio as well.
I hope so, because the speakers on this thing suck.
Speakers suck.
Is it going to have Bluetooth capability?
It has.
It doesn't have to, dude. It's Nintendo.
I think
that. And here's my thing about it. Here's my thing about it. Is the dock going to have a dedicated Ethernet port?
Yes, that's the rumor. It's going to have USB 3.0 and a dedicated Ethernet port, and it's going to have processing power in it also, is the rumor.
Okay. So, because of this channel, y'all, as soon as the Switch Pro comes out, I'm getting one, because that's going to be my reintroduction back to the Switch, because I had a Switch for a really long time. My roommate has one, but it needs to have an Ethernet port. It needs to have Bluetooth. Give me better audio. Please.
Hey, Boss Rush Network forced me to get back into PlayStation. It happens.
You're saying that like it's a bad thing. I'm sorry.
It's not. It's not a bad thing. It's not.
I mean, I'm sure Austin would just like to turn it into a Vita podcast. He talk about all of his anime underwear games.
I don't know if Austin's watching right now, but real soon he's gonna actually like host a show. He doesn't know it yet, but he's gonna host one entire show. Like I'll do all the I'll do all the production stuff, but he'll run the show. Like as a matter of fact, I'm gonna be like, hey, create show notes for this for the show, and it's your baby.
Wow.
He's a great host.
Oh yeah, I know. I've heard him on LAN Party. I know. All right. So, like
now
I said,
you're making me feel bad, LeRon, that I forced you into the PlayStation podcast.
I am not trying to make you feel bad, man. I gotta say, like,
You can always get one of the OG members back if you really asked hard enough.
I gotta say, you guys asking me to join Boss Rush is probably one of the best things that could have happened to me as far as content creation and all that stuff. So no, like I always make it sound like it's a burden, but it's not. Like, didn't you see my tweet yesterday? Like I sat down.
I don't have my notifications turned on for you. You're talking to the wrong person.
Yeah, Ed has specifically your shirtless pics. I don't know how he did it, but
Fair enough. Prediction number 2 for me. This is the 35-year anniversary for Metroid, as well as Legend of Zelda, and the one thing that everyone and their mother had.
Nobody cares except me.
Yeah, I mean, Kid Icarus, like what? It took like what, 4 console generations for Kid Icarus to get a sequel?
There was a sequel on the Game Boy. Okay. It's called Kid Icarus 2. Which when the 3DS version came out, they're like, yeah, the Game Boy version doesn't count. They literally said that in an interview. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
With all these anniversary of like marquee franchises for Nintendo, I have a funny feeling like Metroid Prime 4 is nowhere close to being ready, so we might get a teaser for that. But I have a funny feeling that they've been listening to everybody on the internet, and we might get word about a Metroid Samus Returns port for the Switch.
See, is that done though? I heard a rumor that was already done.
No, supposedly the HD trilogy for Prime is done, but
okay.
Yeah.
So Corey, answer this one. Why have they been sitting on it? Like, are they just waiting for something to fill in like the holiday space?
The rumor is they're waiting until Metroid Prime 4 gets a full reveal and release date, and then they're gonna put out the trilogy to hold people over because it won't come out for like a year after. That's the rumor, but that's been a rumor for 2 years. So I don't know. And then recently a ex-developer at Retro came out and said that Metroid Prime 3 would be almost impossible to port because of the motion controls. And then everybody like got mad at him because they were like, oh well, Skyward Sword got a Switch port, and then whatever.
So would it be too far? Would it be too far out of line to say this? So if E3 Nintendo's trying to showcase everything, it might be a little too much to have Breath of the Wild 2 and a Switch Pro, or I'm gonna call it the Super Nintendo Switch because that's what it should be called. If that takes up E3, would it be fair to say then like dedicate Tokyo Game Show to Metroid Prime 4?
No, and because Japan doesn't care about Metroid at all.
Yeah, for real.
But fair. The huge rumor is that Nintendo is going to drop a trailer for the Switch Pro before E3 so that at E3 they can focus on the games running on the product. That's been the rumor for a week and a half. Dan and I were all prepared last week to do a react, and it never happened, obviously. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Maybe Jeff Keighley will reveal it. Maybe he'll pull it out of his butthole or something. I don't know. He'll want to be like Reggie, where Reggie would pull like the 3DS or whatever, or the Wii remote out of his jacket pocket or whatever to reveal the console or whatever. And Jeff Keighley's like, I'm gonna poop it out.
What if it's his sponsorship with GameStop, right? And what if it is Reggie?
I mean, Reggie left the board of GameStop.
No, Reggie's already left GameStop.
Oh, he already left.
Yeah, he's already left GameStop.
Sucks.
Okay. All right, but yeah, that's the way I'm feeling about it. Like Metroid Samus Returns port would actually be a really safe bet. It would also shut some of the Metroid guys up, like me particularly, because like Metroid Samus Returns was the last game I bought for the 3DS, and then immediately like within like 2 months I had a Switch.
Can I tell you something, LeRon?
What's that?
The rumor is that the Link's Awakening team, the team that did the remake for Link's Awakening.
You mean Link's Awakening? Okay, yeah.
Is remaking a 2D Metroid game.
Super Metroid?
I don't know which one.
Super Metroid? It's got to be Super Metroid. Why would they? Super Metroid is the
Zero
only
Mission,
one
Fusion.
In my opinion, Zero
Fusion
Mission
did sell really well.
In my opinion, Zero Mission is the perfect remake of Metroid. So why mess with it?
Because it's pixelated. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
Link's Awakening was perfect.
Link's Awakening was amazing. But I'm just saying, like, Metroid has already gotten like at least one remix/remake. Like the number one Metroid title is a Super Metroid. Like I find it ludicrous that they would like pass over that one to do the original Metroid again, or to do Metroid Fusion, which Metroid Fusion is also a good contender. Mm-hmm. I just feel like, come on, Nintendo, if you want our fucking money, if you want us to open up our wallets and stuff, do a remake of Super Metroid.
The thing is, though, is like, what stat did I hear the other day? I don't know. Some some game that like it sold fine, but it didn't sell really well. But it was like the one stat that everybody pointed out was this game sold more with this iteration of the game than every single Metroid game has combined.
Which one was that?
I forget what it was. Don't remember.
It was a Metroid title?
No, it was a hold on. Nintendo Switch games sales. I think it was something stupid. It was like not Wii Fit. It was what's that one? Ring Fit.
Yeah, Ring Fit.
Ring
Fit. That was the Switch exercise one.
Yeah.
Ring Fit had the advantage of COVID.
What was it? I forget which game. No, it was Super Mario Party. Super Mario Party is
Now why would a game with the name Mario in its title why would it not outsell like every Metroid title existence?
I'm just saying that was like one of the things somebody brought up with the sales of that game. It was like, well,
I get it. You know what, Nintendo, just sell the license to Metroid to somebody. Hell, give it to Konami. Let them fuck it up.
Why? So they can make a pachinko machine out of it? I don't think so. Make a gym themed after it.
If Nintendo's not given to see, I'm about to like be all sorts of vulgar and stuff on Boss
How
Rush
about
tonight.
we just rein it in, and you just give us your next prediction?
True. Okay. All right. So at E3 or Summer's Game Fest, Capcom is going to announce the PC version for Monster Hunter Rise. The reason why I'm saying this is because we already know Monster Hunter Rise is coming. Monster Hunter Rise has already sold over 7 million copies. Worldwide. Well, shipped 7 million copies worldwide. So it's already got the same momentum that Monster Hunter World got before it hit PC as well. So right now, with them gearing up for Monster Hunter Stories 2, which is coming out next month, and all the crossover events and stuff like that, I feel like this is the perfect time for the announcement for Rise on the PC. And hopefully, with this announcement, we're going to get some information such as there's going to be cross save capabilities because
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, because it was a thorn in everybody's side, including Capcom's, that Monster Hunter World did not have cross save capabilities for Xbox and PlayStation to the PC. It was a major thorn in their side. Besides the fact that the development schedule was kind of off, so the timing was that the consoles were getting updates, and then 2 months later the PC was seeing them and stuff like that. So my whole thing is they announced the Monster Hunter Rise edition for PC. They let us know. They don't have to let us know a date, but they need to let us know some features that are going to actually want to have people care about it, because we know Monster Hunter is like a train over when it hits the PC. Monster Hunter World alone has sold 17 million copies worldwide. Across all the platforms. PC gave it a major boost. I believe Monster Hunter World Iceborne has sold over 8 million copies, 8 million units, and stuff like that. So Capcom needs to ride the momentum of the whole PC train when it comes to Monster Hunter, because there are Monster Hunter players out there. Now I can't really talk about the features of what's going to bring to the table. Some of our graphics cards might give it give it a nice little boost, in textures and feel and all that stuff. But if you look at Monster Hunter Rise on the Switch, I kind of feel like it's going to just be a slightly prettier version than on PC than what we already have right there. So, I'm not trying to rain on anybody's parade, nothing like that. But I think right now, because we also know this, Monster Hunter Stories is coming out on Switch and the PC the same date. So Monster Hunter Rise will probably get an announcement of the PC port coming soon. All right, so here's the one that I'm saying this jokingly, but you never know sometimes. I think Ubisoft is going to trot out another Beyond Good and Evil 2 teaser, but of course we'll never get a release for the game.
Will this next reveal be a totally different game than the first two reveals?
Who knows? Who knows? The reason why I'm saying that is because I feel like right now, I feel like for the last couple of years, Ubisoft has been like a one-trick pony. Shoot. Far Cry 6 just got something, right? Right?
What?
That is Ubisoft, right?
Yeah.
Far Cry 6? Yeah. Far Cry 6 just got like a major news drop and stuff like that. So
yeah, it's getting a third-person mode, which looks awesome.
Yeah, that. Now, here's my question. Why in the hell they didn't say that for E3 or Summer Game Fest?
I don't know.
Why didn't they save that news? I can't understand.
They're saving their big announcement for Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle 2. They have to get their Far Cry news out of the way.
There we go. I mean, hell, can we see some more information on Prince of Persia remake?
Oh God, I hope not. I really hope not.
They can't bungle it any worse than they did last year.
So there was a rumor I saw, and I'm hoping it's true, and I'm not. I really hope it's true, that because of the reaction for that they were rescaling the art style completely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't hear about that, but I did write the article that it's supposed to be out by or at the end of March 2022.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Plus, there was all this mixed messaging about a Switch version, which a lot of people were upset about because, I don't know, when something doesn't get announced for the Switch, everybody loses their shit. But what?
See,
what?
Here's my thing, guys. Here's my thing, guys. You know, I see this a lot. Within and without of within and outside of Boss Rush Network. I see this a lot. People get their panties in a twist about the missing Nintendo Switch version of a game. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing about it. Some of these companies don't have the time and the resources to allocate for a different programming structure on the Nintendo Switch. These consoles now, starting with the PS4 and the Xbox One, these consoles now actually have very similar architecture to PC. Mm-hmm. So it's easier for them to make ports of a game to the PC nowadays than it is to go backwards on a different architecture style.
A lot of people were really mad that the Mass Effect Legendary Edition didn't get a Switch announcement.
Does his name rhyme with red?
No. Yeah, I mean the entire internet was mad because a lot of people are mad because EA doesn't support the Switch at all.
Okay, you know what? Okay, that's. I
mean, that's a totally different argument, right?
That's a totally different argument. But my whole thing is like, I feel like I get the chest thumping about this stuff when it comes to tech and stuff okay, you know what?
We're rallying up LeRon twice in a row. Oh God!
Here's the thing about it. You want these games on the Switch? Be willing to wait.
Shirt's coming off, guys. Shirt's coming off.
You want these games for the Switch? Be willing to wait another year and a half, 2 years for them to come out, because that's how long it's going to take for someone to sit down and get the assets and everything in order to develop even their ports. People act like ports are easy. If ports were easy, we'd already seen
file save as .switch version.
If this stuff was that easy, we'd have already seen every Call of Duty, every Battlefield, every Dead Space, all these games would have already been re-released on other systems. But they're not. They're not that easy. Did
you see that rumor today, LeRon, that the Dead Space trilogy is going to be EA's next remaster?
What rumor? Where?
Somebody tweeted it out. I forget who tweeted it out.
No, I need.
I need this
proof. Don't you
Logan,
get my hearts up, you whore?
Logan, you want to write the story on this, or you want me to write the story?
I'm writing the story. I've got this right now. I need to beat you for the day, okay, LeRon?
Okay, my last prediction is Capcom might give us a teaser for Monster Hunter 6.
So I love this rumor because I did see that too, that Capcom could come out with 6. But where the heck is it going to release though? Because this game can't be that far into development, right?
Oh yeah, no. I have a funny feeling if it's anything like when they announced Monster Hunter 5, which became Monster Hunter World, they're gonna tease it and then it'll be released 2 years later. So we're looking at 2023, maybe early 2024 for this one. The reason why I'm saying Monster Hunter 6 is because sales are finally starting to trickle down for Monster Hunter World overall, Monster Hunter World and Iceborne overall. Rise is out now and it's got all the attention, things like that. Now it's perfect time to do a setup for that. And also they ride the momentum because like they had a Monster Hunter movie come out last year. They're having 2 Monster Hunter games come out they're having 2 Monster Hunter games that one's already out this year. The second one's coming out this year as well. As a matter of fact, it's coming out next month. Like summer's like stacked for me, and my Nintendo Switch loves me for the fact that I'm giving it more love than my PS5 right now. But yeah, I have a funny feeling.
Sony's not giving much love to their PS5 right now, so I mean, fair.
Oh, guys, I saw y'all's discourse about that too, and you know what? Right now, I
wish I wouldn't have gotten rid of my PlayStation 4 Pro. No.
Okay, look, I will happily take your PS5 if
I don't have one. I don't have one. I have 2 Xboxes, but I don't have a PlayStation. Sorry.
My only argument is like, you know what? Right now, Right now, Sony is supporting the PS4, and then guess what? The PS4 is not going to be supported as soon as they start getting the numbers of the consoles in, because Sony was already starting to draw down like the production of the PS4. Well, the PS4 Pro is not being sold in territories like Japan. I think Australia is still getting PS4 allotments, but Japan, parts of Eurasia, and I think South America no longer are getting new PS4. Like, and right now they're not really doing high production on the PS4 base systems. Mm-hmm. So basically once that inventory dries up, it might be a wrap for that. Mm-hmm. Us Americans, like, we kind of keep Sony in the black when it comes to PlayStation systems, which is why like Sony seems to be shifting more to Western style games and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I'm not really gonna cheer for it, but I'm not also gonna slap them on the wrist for their decisions and stuff like that. Sony knows where their money's coming from, so they're going to actually make sure it happens where their money is coming from and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's just like, I really don't see a reason to own a PlayStation 5. Like, for me, the only franchises I really care about are Horizon, Uncharted, and God of War. Like, I don't care about anything else that PlayStation puts out. That's just like a me thing. That's not like a overall thought. You know what I mean?
But I think it is, though. I think the more we talk about it, the more it is becoming that overall thought. Think about what Sony had at launch, right? They only had Miles Morales. And Miles Morales is a great game to showcase what the PS5 can do.
Demon Souls remake.
Sackboy.
But it didn't... Okay, but correct me. LeRon, correct me if I'm wrong, because you follow PlayStation a little bit closer than I do these days. Didn't Miles Morales, though, blow both of those out of the water, though?
That's true. Mm-hmm. That's true. Miles Morales was I think Sony actually like came out and said that Miles Morales made their Christmas.
Because they weren't planning on turning a profit this Christmas, but that was the thing that got them. Because it ended up being one of the top selling games of all time for PlayStation, if I remember correctly.
I think at the end of the quarter, it sold almost 6 million units, which was like 6 weeks on sale.
Which is still better than what Ghost of Tsushima did. It's still better than the launch of Horizon
and Last of Us.
And Last of Us 2 didn't do anything last year. It was bad. Mm-hmm. And they had, and Last of Us 2 was a rare case where PlayStation struggled with returns on that game too. But I think what PlayStation has done is they said, okay, look, yeah, they completely botched everything with the PS5 launch. They've botched it since then. I think Sony is going to apologize at State of Play or at Summer Games Fest in their State of Play. But I also think that with all these exclusives coming up, we got Ratchet and Clank this week. I cannot wait for that game. I'll be playing on PS4. But then with Horizon, it's like they have to have these consoles.
Is Ratchet and Clank coming to PS4?
Wait. No, it's PS5. It's solely PS5.
My apologies. This is becoming the spot where Sony's like, okay, hey, these people who just are getting it for the game, we're going to have the supply to meet that. So, like, when Horizon launches, you'll be able to buy a PS5 in Target and Walmart and everything else. Like, that's what they have to do.
Well, here's the thing about it, though. Horizon was initially slated for both PS4 and PS5, so it's not like they reneged on anything like that.
No, Horizon started as a PS4 game in general.
But when you see the trailer for that and you see...
it was on PS5. It was on PS5 hardware. Yeah, we know that.
That's the easy way to sell the PS5 is Horizon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I know for sure Gran Turismo 5. Well, is it 5? No, 7.
7.
7. I'm thinking PS5. Gran Turismo 7 is not going to be a PS4 title. I can tell you that right now.
They said it was. They already confirmed it's coming to PS4.
They did
as well.
that? When they catch that?
When they announced that God of War was coming.
Logan, is that right?
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah.
They said God of War, GT7, and Horizon are all going to be cross-platform.
Okay.
Right, but didn't they go as far to say as God of War would be the last big one?
I don't know. It's the last one we know of right now, but we don't know what else Sony has. So.
Well, we could safely assume Prince of Persia is going to be cross for everybody. It's going to be Xbox, PC, play. So we know that's coming. God of War.
Here's my thing too, though. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why everybody seems like this is a punch to the gut, for them as far as like these games come to PS4. Because guess what? You'll be able to keep your damn PS4 copy, and when you get your PS5, you'll get the PS5 updates for those games. I don't understand why.
My thing too is like this is just a smart business decision for them if they can't produce consoles fast enough, right? Because
exactly.
I love my Xbox Series X, but there's no reason for me to own one. You know what I mean? Like it's just a box that we play. Like, yeah, you're gonna get all these bells and whistles that you're not gonna get on the PS4, and that's reason enough for me to own something. You know what I mean?
Here would be my argument for God of War being the last one. Think about it like this: you're 2 years in. If God of War ends up coming in the fall, right, of next year, that's 2 years after the launch, and you're still releasing games on your previous gen platform. Well, Sony's not going to do that.
Xbox is doing it with Halo.
Well, but Xbox is a different ecosystem. Xbox is more user friendly. They want everybody to be able to play the game. Sony is driven by we want you to play this console we want you to play this game on this console. Like think about when the PS4 came out. Like PS4 had games with the PS3 for like the first year. I believe Infamous Second Son was the turnaround on that.
Where they said, okay, no, Killzone and Knack weren't on PS3. They cut ties on PS3.
Oh,
the only cross-gen game that came out within the launch window was Little Big Planet 3.
But was it? But I could have sworn Second Son was PS3 too.
No, Second Son was PS4.
Okay, my bad. But yeah, but yeah, for Sony to go 2 years, it's not going to happen. God of War would be the last game that a PS4 or the PS4 is going to get new games for.
Yeah, the last thing I'm gonna say is Corey, with what you're saying, you sound like me. How I say like, there's no reason for me to get an Xbox Series X right now. I have a PC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a couple games that aren't on Game Pass, but I feel like they'll find their way there. Like Halo 5 is not on PC Game Pass. It's not on PC at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you want to experience the whole Halo story, you're not going to experience it on PC, which, granted, I feel like Halo 5 is going to come to PC at some point. It'll probably be part of the Master Chief Collection at some point. I would argue, on PC, I wouldn't argue that at all. But yeah, especially because like Game Pass on PC is going to start getting 360 titles now too, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the rumor. So, but LeRon, do you have any other?
That's
predictions?
That's it. That's all 5 of mine.